Transformers more than meets the eye. Today we got a special review for you. I have found my G1 Perceptor, original from 1986. I had recently purchased this updated version, which is the 1986 Transformer movie edition. And this is Perceptor. You can see in the box there. And I was considering, should I open this box or this toy? And I just said, let me check out the Perceptor I do have. And you know what? The joints are really tight on the one I have. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to hold off opening this, and we're just going to kind of compare the box art to the actual Perceptor. We'll transform G1 Perceptor and see what the main differences are. If you want to look at the main difference, one of it is the coloration. Let me just kind of move this over here. The coloration, you can see that on the box here, it's a little bit lighter blue. This is kind of a more greenish turquoise color on the original Perceptor. I noticed on the microscope there is no Autobot insignia, but on the original there is. Also, the stickers are slightly different on the legs. So if you look at the stickers on the Perceptor there, you can see, those are definitely stuck on there, and they have kind of a grayish color to it with the red and the blue, whereas on the newer updated version it is just kind of a plain sticker on the blue tile there. It looks like it's still a G1 mold. It looks like they transform probably the exact same. The guns are fairly similar, but not exactly the same. You can see, let's turn him over here. They are quite similar, very similar. Even the gun there and the gun there are similar, just I have them on different hands. On the Perceptor, you can see on the box art there, that has the stats there. We don't need the red stripe anymore to read them. Strength is 7. A little surprising. I didn't think Perceptor was that strong. Intelligence is 10. That expected. Very slow. That's to be expected too. And rocket or firepower is actually quite high at 8. Again, quite surprising. It says here he's a scientist, right? One's ultimate truth lies in one's molecular structure. Perceptor is often the first to observe distinct tactile deficiencies in the face of danger. However, the complicated vocabulary yes, he can often use complicated vocabulary, often requires translation. So if you recall in the Transformer movies, Prime often gets mad at Perceptor because he rambles on, and Prime's like, get to the point. So I like that description of Perceptor is spot on. On the top of the instructions, or on top of the box, let me just see if I can zoom back out. On the top of the box, we have the instructions right there. So you can see there. So we're going to go ahead and transform Perceptor. It's been a long time since I have transformed him, but I did check the joints out earlier and they seem quite tight, so hopefully I don't break him while I transform him on screen. But let's have a look at Perceptor before we start transforming him. Let's zoom in here. So let's look. Again, the other difference I see on the toy is the eyes. It looks like they're different colors. So on here you can see the colors of the eye. The top of the head is yellow here, and he's got blue eyes. And on this here, he's got kind of a grayish thing on the head there, and his eyes are more yellow. So again, I'm just going by the box art. I assume the toy looks like the box art. And you can see the Autobot symbol there, and I do not see the Autobot symbol on his chest there. And it could be that the sticker came off, but it's been a while since this toy has been played with. So I honestly can't remember if there was a sticker on his chest plate before, but it's not there now. But anyways, let's play around with this. So now I never actually had Perceptor as a child. I actually picked this up maybe probably 20 plus years ago. And the one I originally had was a black version, so I'm not sure if that was a real a version or not, or knockoff version, or was it from Japan? I really don't know. It was so well played with, I had broken off the microscope part, so I can't find the toy. I was trying to find it before the video, but I don't know where it is. So anyways, let's transform it. We're going to take off, before we transform it, let's review the site. So Perceptor to me was really a cool transformer. Obviously he's the scientist, and I had the black version, and the black version transformed into a tank as well, so I'm not sure if Perceptor does transform into a tank, and I honestly can't remember how to transform it into a tank, so I won't try yet. But let's have a look here. So I remember as a toy, these things actually, you can play with the knobs, and the microscope actually did work. Obviously I can't show you how it works in right now because it's through a video, but I recall the microscope actually did work to some extent. You can see it did actually magnify things. So back you can see the area where you would flip the head up and down with this thing. So you just push the head down and this thing helps it bring it back up. These flaps do move for you to transform. Mobility is quite limited. I mean, he does have some mobility. You can see he's quite stable actually. I'm turning him around. He's quite stable. You see where the chest plate is, that's what becomes the little stand for the microscope. So if you look at the box art, that's the thing that flaps down where the specimen would go. Let's go ahead and transform it. And I'm going to get this positioned in a way we can see everything. So for step one, we're going to take off the guns. Obviously, that will not be necessary. Okay, we're going to push the hands in. We're going to push the head down. Okay, and we're going to move the microscope part. This is a little bit stiff, so I don't want to damage it, but it is stiff there. And we're going to push the arms up, and we're going to bring these black flaps down. Okay, flip that up and bring the black flaps down because we're going to push the arms in. There we go. That does still work. Okay, and I think this does lock to some extent up there, or at least it used to. Alright, so now we're going to flip the chest piece down here. There. Looks like this thing does down. This chest piece comes down to extent 2. Again, I have to be careful. This is like almost a 40-year-old toy. So I'm not going to bring this all the way down because I'm not sure if it actually will bend all the way down. And I don't want to break it. So we'll leave it at that. I think it does supposed to come all the way down. And then we're going to bring the legs up. I think these toe goes in. The legs do flip. This. Did it turn more? I believe, and you can see, I think it must have turned into a tank. You can see these look kind of tanky here. As I said, I don't remember how to transform it as a tank. I believe these are supposed to turn a bit more. These legs, there we go. Hope I didn't break it. No, it's still good. And we're going to turn that as well. And let's see if we can get the leg joint to work there. And we'll get the legs like that. Okay, so we got it turned. And it's into microscope mode right now. Put that down all the way. And so that's the microscope mode. I honestly do not remember how to play it into tank. But as I said, it must, the original mold I know was a tank, and you can see the wheels there. So I must turn it into some kind of tank where this is the firing mechanism. I believe the black one, I believe, is called Magnificus. I think they renamed it, and there's a black Decepticon version. So I might pick that up one day, and that one I probably will open. Now I might consider opening this if we get up to, let's say, by the end of June, maybe. If we get up to like 500 subscribers, I might be convinced to open this thing and re-review it to compare it side by side, how they transform against each other. But I think suffice. I mean, I do have a Perceptor that does transform, and let's flip it around. So, you know, not too bad. And as I said, looking through that that area, it does. I mean, it does work. At least the original toy did when I had it as a boy, and so you know, see, it does work like a microscope. And I remember having an actual toy microscope, like, you know, not as fancy as a lab one when I was a kid, and I used to look at stuff in there. So it's fun that they were able to make a transformer like that, because we actually did have toys like this. And Perceptor is interesting. He's actually one of the few Transformers to survive the Hasbro purge in the movies. So you know, it's nice that he actually did survive, and his story was able to continue in the Transformers seasons 3 and 4. And so let's have a look at. So this is Perceptor. You know, I think it's a nice mold. Looks like a microscope. It's a nice coloring. As I said, the original one I had is black, so it's kind of all black. So it looked more like a microscope, not as colorful. I do like the red on blue here. Looks really good. If you look at the box art again, you can see the blue coloration is slightly different. It's a little bit more like a cloud blue, where this is more of a kind of greenish blue. And as I said, you can obviously clearly see the Autobot signia here, none here. This is obviously more metallic in color, whereas this is more of a lighter gray. So that's the newer toys, I find they don't use the metallic as much. And I believe the original toys still had some die-cast metal in it. I don't believe the newer toys have it at all. And so we can see, again, the difference between the original and the newer version. And yes, that plate does come down, as you can see. I'm just not going to force it because I don't want this thing to break. Alright, so let's transform it back into Perceptor. So let's see if I can figure that part out again. And I hope, again, I don't break the joints when I'm doing that. So we're going to kick the legs back out. Alright, and we're going to turn, let's see, and bring his legs in like this. We want his legs to turn in. Turn in. Good. Good. Oh wait, no, we gotta turn it some more. We want the painted area out in front. Yes, we want the painted area. Ooh, that is one stiff joint. Okay, there we go. Very good. Now we're going to pull the arms out. We're going to bring this cannon back up. We're going to push the tummy part up. Flip this carefully in. Okay, flip the arms down first then. And the cannon. There we go. The arms have a little slot there that you can use to push the arms out. So we're going to bring that out there. Good. And we'll do the same thing here. Now the only thing I do now is carefully get the head's easy to get up. I just want to not mess up the chest piece. There we go. Get that in. and push that up. And this thing does pop in and out, so let's push that properly. And in the back, as I mentioned, you're going to kind of pull this thing down a bit, and you can pop the head up there. Okay, the arms still bend quite well, and we're going to put him back there, and we're going to put his guns in. So I'll just copy. On the top, they have the one gun. Sorry, the normal gun on his hand over here. So I'm going to put that over here, and his other shooting gun. And I believe this thing does work. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, it doesn't shoot too well anymore. Probably did in its prime. But there is Perceptor again. I think it looks really cool. Obviously, the faceplate is quite different. The original toy, that's the faceplate. Obviously, in the cartoons, they give it more animated face. It doesn't look like they changed that at all. When I look at the toy in the back, it's basically the same faceplate on the toy, just changing a little bit of the coloration from the original one there. All right, very good. So that is Perceptor, and that is my original G1 Perceptor. Comparing it to the box art of the updated version, and as I said, I might be tempted to open this thing up to compare it, but you guys got to help me out. We'll get to 500 subscribers by the end of June, and maybe we'll crack this sucker open for you guys to compare, so I can compare it and review them side by side. Again, so I hope you enjoyed seeing this classic Transformer. It's classic G1 Perceptor. It's always fun to bring out my old toys to share that experience with you. And yeah, let us know in the comment section if there's any other G1 Transformers you want to see, and who your favorite ones were. Whether they stayed alive in the movie or not, who your favorite ones were. And we will see you soon. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's always much appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you very soon with our next video. Take care.